In the words of my favorite Uncle Teddy, wake up everybody, come kick it with your favorite homeboy while we navigate this rabbit hole called life. On this pod, we're all about self reflection and improvement. Everybody has a voice and no opinion is frowned upon. You are now tuned into the one and only Lights Please podcast.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the one and only Lights Please podcast. This is your favorite homeboy, Kirk, and I'm just glad to be alive another day. Is anybody feeling blessed? I know sometimes you just have to take a step back and look where you come from and then where you are today. Now, I know I didn't come to preach to you today, but I just want y'all to just take a look like where you were and then where you are now. And you just can't tell me that you ain't a blessed person because you're not the same creature that you were not even 2 days ago, to be honest, because you got new information. You're a new person. The more you know, the more you grow. So first order of business, we're gonna start off. We gotta start off today with some daily affirmations. I only got one for you today, but it's quite a doozy because when I read it, it just marinated in my spirit. So y'all check this out. To heal a wound, you have to stop touching it. I'm gonna say it again. In order to heal a wound, you have to stop touching it. Now, I don't even have to say much. The ones who get it, they just get it. I'm gonna let that sizzle in your spirit for this morning, and we're gonna roll on to the next set. Today's episode is entitled "What's Love Got to Do with It?" We're gonna try to answer that question and speak on the topic. Today, I have a special guest. We had about a 10-minute conversation. This is really not edited or anything. This is just raw conversations, me asking questions off the top of my head, just picking the brain. And I feel like really excited for y'all to listen to it because I think it's very educational and it could really maybe help somebody one day who's out there actually looking for love. So I just ask that you bear with us. This is just a casual conversation. I'm not the best interviewer, and she gave all the answers to the best of her knowledge. And the interview went a little like this. Hello, everybody. This is your favorite homeboy, Kirk. And today we have a special guest here today. And before I would introduce her, I would like to say a few words. She is a two-time degree. She is one of the best third and fifth grade teachers. She is the sunshine of my life. She is one of the best singers I know. She is the greatest cooker of KFC famous bowls. I don't know if you ever had one before, but you need to try it. But today I am with.
Kaylin Bolton Killets.
Oh my god, I don't even know why I'm so nervous to do this, but I actually am. So we're gonna start this off by how are you today?
I am well. My back hurts from folding clothes all day, but I am doing great. I'm glad it's the weekend.
Glad it's the weekend too, and I'm sorry about the laundry, but all right, so we're gonna roll on to this. So the first question I have for you today, what is your definition of love?
My definition of love. Okay. Ooh, that's a tough one to put into words. Um, my true definition of love involves much more than love. Respect, loyalty, just looking out for the well-being of your person or whomever it is, or if it's your child, whatever. That's my definition. Like looking out for their well-being, respecting them, loving them, making sure that you do things the right way. You have actions that basically reflect your love for them. You know, taking care of them basically when they're not looking or when they don't know you taking care of them.
Okay. Okay. So you want to tell the people how we actually met?
We met on Match.com. No, I'm kidding. Met on Tinder, but to everybody else, we met on Facebook, and that's the story I'm sticking with. All right.
That's the story you're gonna stick with. All right. So the next question I would like for all the females who are single and looking to be married one day, what how do you know that you found the one?
Honestly, I think it's timing and it's being in tune with your relationship with God, because sometimes we choose who we want and not who God has designed for us. And if you're in the wrong place spiritually, I honestly feel like it's hard to be sure who your partner is. I'm not saying that you can't find your person while you're not in tune spiritually. Sometimes that person can help lead you to that point in your relationship with God to where you're growing and they're growing with you through Christ. But I feel like that's how I knew. Like I was honestly at a vulnerable point in my life, and I had been going through so much, and I had went through my breaking point. I had went through situationships. I had just a lot going on, and finding my person was like peace in the middle of a storm. It was just like I don't know. It was just like a clear picture for me. Like this is the person I want to spend my life with. I was scared, of course, but deep down in my mind, when I met this handsome young chocolate man, I knew he was the one, even though he get on my nerves all the time. But I think it's based on who you are. You got to be in tune, not only spiritually, but also within yourself. Like, do you know who you are? First of all, do you know what you want? Do you know what you have to offer? Are you capable of giving that person what they need? Because sometimes we focus so much on what we need. Can we give the way we need? Proceed.
All right, we're gonna move on to the next question for all our male listeners. Would like to know if you was like, what can a guy do to stand out to make them to really like to make a female notice them more? Like, all right, look, I'm gonna get a more intimate question. How did I stand out from all the men who tried to pursue you at the time that I was trying to pursue you?
You cared. You showed that you really cared about my thoughts. Like honestly, like my what's the word? I don't know the word. Being intellectual, like what I thought about different things. Like you weren't self-absorbed. Like you listened, all right, and then you wanted to know what I needed, wanted to know like what you could offer me, wanted to know where things were going. And you had a clear mindset on how you wanted things to go. Like you weren't like, oh, I'm gonna text her one day and then the next day I ain't gonna text no more. And you were clear with your intentions. Like at the time you worked a long shift, like 2 to 11. And then like normally when we text dudes like that and they don't text back, we finish texting them at 1:50 and they don't respond 12 o'clock at night. We just kind of like, okay, are you not interested or what? But the fact that you were clear on explaining that you had a job, that's all you got to do is be transparent, and be clear with your intentions, because sometimes people know that their intentions are just to play the field, be with multiple women and not have anything serious, but they really like you and they think they want to fling with you. And if they're clear about that, that just saves everybody time. Like maybe I want to fling too, or maybe I don't, and that way we could just clear it up and nobody gets hurt and nobody's mad and we move on.
That's real. That's real. So my next question would be: so what is your biggest inspiration in life?
My biggest inspiration in life, what do you think it is? Inspiration in life. All right, I ain't gonna say just my mom, but my parents. I watched them struggle. Honestly, when it was just because I'm the youngest, and I had a big age gap between me and my last sister, and so when I came, like when I was in like what junior high, high school, that's when our little family started to really struggle. A lot of my siblings were in college or starting life, needing help, and then my parents, they was just going through a lot with the different churches that I mentioned. I'm a preacher's kid. Anyways, that's a whole story in itself. Just watching them struggle but still persevere and still treat people right and do the right things and stay committed to their marriage and make sure to keep the family in tune with Christ and in tune with one another. Watching them struggle and push me and still come up with ways to make sure I had everything I wanted and needed. That's my biggest inspiration because like I said, my dad He went to college for a spell, but did never graduate. My mama got a bachelor's degree. Like, they made it through life without all these fancy degrees, and y'all know how hard it is to do that. And they persevered, they moved, and they got things rolling, and that's what really inspires me the most.
Okay. All right. So, what's the best part of being a wife?
Huh.
My wife, to be exact.
You know, like waking up in the middle of the night wanting food, and you got somebody go get it. No, I'm playing. Honestly, having a person through thick and thin, through your ugly times, through your sad times, through the times where you just don't want to be alone. I know you always say God is there, but sometimes you need a physical being. And like when you had a hard day and you come home to somebody that loves you unconditionally, like that says a lot. It makes you feel better instantly. Like there's been time I wanted to quit my job. There's been time I wanted to walk away from family. There's been times I wanted to just give up on life. And if it had not been for my husband, I don't think I would have made it through, not as easily. Like I know God helps you make it through, but like I said, I don't think I would have made it as easily as I did. And also having somebody to show love and affection to, like having somebody to take care of, like not take care of, but like take care of. He know I take care of him while he rolling his eyes. But just to, I don't know, I love to love. And if he'll tell you that that's my love language. I love to show love. Like I like to buy you gifts. I like to take you, even if it's like just a movie day. I like to, if I could pay for something, pay for something. Like I love to be able to love somebody else, because it's not the best position to always be given to something. A lot of times I like to be the giver because that means I'm being blessed. But I love to show love to my man, and I hope he know that.
You damn right. But now we're gonna move on because y'all heard what she said. She loved to love me. That's what I heard. That's all I heard. So we're gonna kind of wrap this up. Uh, so being that we're getting up in age, me being 26, almost 27, you being 25. Yes,
Just turned 25.
you
I
25.
just turned.
Getting up there in age, we're starting to go into our role model stage. So, what would be any advice to somebody? Because somebody you have a bachelor's degree, you have a master's degree, you are a full-time teacher, you are a tutor, you are part of the choir at two churches. You are it's a lot of things that if somebody was looking up to you, they would like, oh my God, maybe I want to be like her one day. So what would be some advice you would give to a younger female, the younger females out there?
I would say to be yourself, to be you, no matter what that comes with. Be you, and also be you through Christ. Not, I'm not saying to bring the bad parts of you. Like I'm not encouraging you to do bad things, but I'm saying be you. You don't have to be like your friends. Like I have a group of friends and none of us are alike. Like we got, we share similar interests, but we are not alike. We got our own personalities. You don't have to be like everybody else. Also seek God in everything you do so that you don't end up in so many heartbreaking situations, so that you don't end up with the wrong friends or with the wrong crowds, or I don't know, just around the wrong people. What else? Do what's best for you, even if it's not best for some other people. You got to put yourself, because a lot of times we put ourselves on the back burner, but it's okay to be selfish sometimes. It is not good to always be humble. You have got to take care of you, take care of your well-being, take care of your mental health, and ultimately, like I said, be you.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up for today. Thank you all for listening. This has been my wife, my sunshine of my life. Don't you try her, try Jesus, not me. Man, it was so many good nuggets in the interview. And I hope y'all enjoyed it as much. I hope maybe you can learn something. Maybe you could this is your sign to not give up on love. Because I can guarantee you, whenever we first met, I I wasn't in the business of looking for love. Love found me. I don't know how. It just magnetically happened. Like if I can just tell you the whole story of how we met. Maybe I'll tell you that story one of these days.
And that's all we have for today, folks. Thank you all for listening. Stay fly. Don't let the devil ride. Try Jesus, not me. Stay blessed. Stay out the mess. It's your boy Kurt, and I'm out. Lights, please.